Hi guys, so welcome to my channel. Today I'm just gonna have a little chat with you about my planner dilemma that I've been having and what solution I have decided for it. So first of all, for the last month of July, what I was doing was that I was using a personal size planner in which I was obviously using the normal tracker, normal monthly, weekly, and list and collections and normal stuff that you use in a ring planner. But the main focus of my system are these two things. First is this daily, and the second is the creative journaling. So the daily, this I have created myself, and this was inspired by Monique's system. So like here she has a habit tracker, food log, wellness log where she tracks workout, and then there are she has a loose schedule and some tasks on her daily pages. So it was inspired by her. So I was using this just as a pen to paper kind of thingy to document everything, because to give you an idea, I love this type of journaling, like this creative journaling where I just put lots of pictures, lots of ephemera, lots of junk, anything and everything. So I love this type of journaling. But in this, what happens, sometimes on a day I use 24 pages, on other days I use only 3 pages. So you get the gist. So what happened, and it's so colorful with so much junk in it, like you can see on certain pages there's nothing but just junk. So what happens, that if I want to find something, if I want to look through for something, I will have to flip through a lot of journals to actually find what I have, and I don't even know like in which journal I'm gonna find something. And like if it is for instance 1st July, then after how many pages I'm gonna have 2nd July, like it's here and then it's going, and I haven't still reached 3rd of July, and I'll have to flip every page because I'm not sure if on what page what day will come. So you get the gist. So in order to cater with this problem, because I do like to look back at my journals to find out things and whatnot, so I created this layout where I have everything, all sort of information that I would probably need on that day. For instance, I have first of all a loose schedule of what actually happened. Then this box is for any events, like whole day kind of events or things like that. Then here was the space for tasks, but obviously I didn't do a lot of things, so I just put a sticker to fill up the space. Then here is my routine tracker, my food log, any workout I do and any expenses, and then I write any symptoms that I had that day, my day track, like my day rating and my hours of sleep I got, and then some water tracker. So anything and everything that I want, and if there is something for which I don't have a space and I want to write it, I could just simply put a sticky note over it and add more information. So this was my solution, because it's easy to look back. I'm like, okay, 23, 21, whenever I have to find a certain day, I can easily look through it. So that was my solution. But after a while I was like, no, I am missing putting stickers on these daily pages, and I started to doing that a bit. As you can see, I started putting some stickers, but the problem was, because it's so small, I couldn't put a lot of stickers over here. So what I thought, that for the month of August I would move into A5 rings. Since I made these inserts myself, I resize them in any size I want, or make a little bit of changes. So, sorry, I can't find it where I have. Yeah. So I recently removed some the divider, so that's why I was struggling a bit. So sorry for the shadow. Okay. So I made this in an A5 size, and I made a bit of changes, like I moved the water tracker from here to here, and I also added some like caffeine tracker and some soft drink tracker. So that's that, because I'm trying to cut down on it, but obviously I'm failing. But yeah, I wanted to track how much I'm having each day. So this was my solution for that, to use A5. And initially I was very happy. I was like, if I had work out, I would just write that, otherwise I would just put up a sticker, because I don't work out every day. Then I was able to put lots of stickers over here as well. As you can see, the my plan was to use this space for expense tracker, and then for any symptoms, any events, and this space will be for tasks. But as you can see, I wasn't doing a lot of tasks. beside my routine. I am a stay-at-home wife and I don't have much going on around in my life to plan and things. So I don't really plan that much. I just like to memory keep, be creative, have fun. So that's why I use these things. I don't really have to plan or manage things or have appointments or things like that. So yeah, I was having a lot of fun in this, as you can see. But then after a while I was like struggling a bit because of this space. I was like, I'm not doing any tasks, right? So why leave so much space for tasks, and let's just redesign the layout. So I redesigned the layout in such a way that this will be my food log, this will be my routine tracker. Here I would write any of my symptoms and mood. This was symptom and mood log. Here I would write all my expenses, and this will be the space for workout if I'm doing it. If I'm not, I'll just put on a sticker. All right. Oh, sorry. I was like, I need to put on some task. Here I wasn't doing any tasks. Sorry. I'm all over the place. Anyway, so this will be my to-do list area, and events again, just like that. But yeah, so that's what I was doing. But then I just fell off for a day or two. Like I fell off here and here. This I back planned. As you can see, it's not very nice and not very pretty like I was just doing previously. I just used one pen and just wrote it down in a very bad handwriting and things like that. I didn't like it a lot. I just back planned it, most of it, and I was just seeing how this would look. So yeah. So then I was like, no, I'm not liking these tasks because again I don't have a lot of to do. So I switched back to this layout, and again today I was like, I don't have anything going around. Like I didn't do any workout today, I didn't do any tasks, there was no event going on. I just bed rotted all day. So then I was like, I'm not liking it. One more thing, when I switched to A5 rings, I also moved my creative journaling back here. There are not a lot of pages because I have already archived them, but you get the gist. Because I was already doing my creative journaling in an A5 notebook, so I was like, if I'm already using A5 rings, why not put my creative journaling together with it? So that's what I was doing, right? But now I was like bored. As I told you, I was not filling up the pages and it felt more like a chore. Okay, so yeah, there are other sections in my planner as well beside these two. Like I have monthly, I have some bullet journal like to do, bullet journaling type dailies, like just jotting stuff down. I have some trackers, I have some just journaling pages just like that, and I also have some tracking pages, and I have a lot of trigger lists. I have different sections in my rings, but these two were the main things I'm concerned about, because rest of them I can easily accommodate, whether it be monthly, tracker, list, collections, anything. It doesn't make much of a difference if I use it in pocket size or A5 size, because I don't use the stickers there. The main problem is of stickers, ephemera, junk that I use in my journal. So I need to find a way so that they look good, they are more accommodating, the space is more accommodating for the stickers and things like that. So that's why I'm more concerned about these two things, the dailies and the creative journaling, right? Will be called creative journaling from now on, and this is my dailies. So what I have decided, because again I was just losing track of it, and I found out that I did stick to this layout for a whole month in my personal size. See, this is like a whole month, like 2 and 4. I mean, there were few days when we were traveling and I didn't fill it out, but more or less I did stick to it for a whole month. And the thing was, I was just using it mostly as pen to paper. Like a few days I did put in stickers to make it pretty, but then even if on days when I was just like pen to paper, like here, it still felt filled up, because if you don't know me, I don't like a lot of blank space. And when I am in an A5, the white space can be very daunting, it can be very hard to fill it up. But here it's not that hard. Sorry, I'm all over the place. So yeah, like even if there isn't any a lot of things done, it doesn't look that bad to me, right? So these were days when I was traveling, so yeah, I didn't do a lot, but yeah, I was just still experimenting. So then I was there were days when I was just pen to paper and it still looked good to me. You know, it's easy to spot the things, like here are any events, any task, schedule, and things like that. So okay, sorry, I just keep on, you know, distracting from what I was trying to say. So my solution was to try another size. So but I was like, which size to choose, because I have rings in 4 sizes. I have pocket rings, I have A5 rings, and I have personal rings. So I thought, why not print out these layouts in each and every size of rings that I own. So I already have A5 rings, A5 layout, the size printed out for the whole month. So I already have that. But I went ahead and printed them out in different sizes. So here is standard size, and it looks so good in here. All right. Then I have the personal size, right? And then here I have the pocket size. Pocket size is a bit, you know, squeezed in, but it does work. Let me show you. I tried this layout before I changed some things around. Like as you can see here, I have the space for coffee and soda as well, and it's a bit different, but more or less it's the same thing. So I was able to fit a lot of things in here. As you can see, I was able to track my food. If I did some workout, I would have put it in. I was able to do the schedule and some to-do list and any events. So like it does work if I don't use any stickers. So yeah, that I was like, why not use this layout in each and every size that I own. So like I will have A5, I would have standard, I will have personal, and I will have pockets. And I will not only use these dailies, I will do the creative journaling in the same size. Like if I'm using a standard, I will do all my creative journaling in standard, because for creative journaling it's not that hard, because I'm like, there's no restriction of the number of pages you can use. You can use, you know, 24 pages in one day, for instance. So it's not that bad, at least I think it right now. So I will just use each size for 1 week. Since today is Monday and I've already started in my A5 this day, so I would use this week in A5, and then I will just go in either of these size and I will pick one of them randomly. Now previously I was very much scared of, you know, archiving stuff, especially when I was in rings, but I have figured it out as well. So let me show you. I got these rings from, I guess, Temu or AliExpress, I don't remember. But the point is, let me find those pages. Wait a second. What I plan on doing is, even if I try different sizes, because I know some people would get a heart attack, you know, just thinking about it, like, you know, all these different sizes hopping around, and if in loose pages like rings, things often get lost. But I have a solution for that as well. I'll use these rings and I will archive anything, everything in chronological order. For instance, if first day I was in an A5, I would just put them in this. Then after I was in personal size, and I also tried putting in pocket. I will have to make an extra hole over there, but nevertheless it does work. Like I can, obviously standard is the same size as A5, so everything will be in chronological order, only the sizes would change. So first I have A5 pages, and I will have personal pages, and I will have standard inserts, and I have pocket size inserts, but all of them are in chronological order. All the information is there. So I think that is what matters. So for instance, even if I want to look for something for any for any specific date, for instance, I want to look for 27, 26, I will know that it is in this binder, and I will obviously know the order. Like after, before August will be June, only the sizes would be different, but information would all be still here. So yeah, that's my solution for to that problem as well. And maybe after this 4-week 5-week experiment, I would be able, or maybe it could go on for long, I would be able, but I'm planning, because we are already in August, we have September, October, November, December, we have 4 months to experiment. So maybe after this experiment I would be able to pick and choose a specific size. Or even if I don't, I could just keep on hopping around these different sizes for any amount of time which I want. Like for instance, if for 2 months I'm in standard, and then for instance I'm traveling for like 5 days, I could be in my pocket for 5 days, and then after coming back home I could easily archive them in the journal. So that's my plan for this. And the reason I am filming this video even if nobody watches is because I always make such plans for my planning system, and after a while I just forget about them, and then nothing seems to work and everything falls apart and things like that. But if I have this video, whenever I feel demotivated or confused, I will just come and watch this video. Okay, another thing, I love bound notebooks. See, I just love them. I feel like I get more creative in them. But thing is, after a while I get bored. I have to accept this. I can't, for some reason I'm unable to stick in a notebook for a long period of time. Also, if I'm using a bound notebook, I have to use another companion in rings, because obviously you are not as, I feel like I'm not as productive in bound notebooks because I go through them at different paces and I am unable to stick to a calendar. For instance, I made a monthly calendar here, but then I will run out of this notebook in 15 days. I'll have to draw it again or paste it again and things like that. In rings you can have some long-term list, collections, tasks, whatever. So I do need a rings companion. So I was like, why not? And it's better for me if I have everything in one notebook or one rings, because otherwise I forget to use the other notebook. There are days like that. For me it just happens. Even if it's lying on the table, I just forget to use it. So yeah, I was like, I need everything in one, at least. I mean, that's the goal, that's the ideal thing. Maybe it will happen, it won't, but I will just try to stay in rings and just change different sizes and enjoy, because I have different covers, Motum covers and Filofax covers, and I do really want to use them. And if I really like A5 rings, but then I was like, I ordered this and I haven't used this, and for some reason I know I shouldn't, but I do feel guilty, like I have this lying around and I'm not using it. So I can then easily just use all my covers, all the sizes, they could be changed, and still the problem of archiving would be solved. Because if I'm in notebooks, the archiving is difficult, because if I can show you, wait, actually I have sticker books lying on top of it, that's why I'll show you. So I have this basket where I keep some of my journals, as you can see, and it's hard to archive stuff. I mean, I can either archive them by size and it looks better that way, or by date. It's hard because I was using TN system, and then at one time I had 3 notebooks during the same month, and sometimes I use thinner notebooks and insert, and it's harder to find stuff. But if I'm using rings, see how much stuff it can hold, like a lot more than the notebooks. Because I don't use thicker notebooks, again for the same reason, because I tend to get bored and then I don't want to use that notebook anymore. That's why I go for thinner notebooks, because it's easier for me to finish them. So what I can do then, I would just, this binder would be like, I could easily write it's from January to 2025 to like November 2025 or whatever, and I know everything will be in this binder, no matter how different the sizes are, but it will still be in there. So yeah, for instance, just like this, you can see any size can be put inside the rings. So yeah, that's my plan. So if anybody watches this and likes this idea, then good. Otherwise, I'm just making it for my own memory. Thanks for watching. I also had another idea, that because I love bound notebooks so much, so if I want to use bound notebooks, I have a solution for that as well. I can easily print these inserts out and just use a stapler just like this. I have just to show you as a mock, and make an insert for these daily pages, and use any blank notebook for the creative journaling, and use in this TN, right? Like I can use it in any size, like I can print my own inserts. It's a standard, it's A5, it's like somewhat in between, like it's a bit bigger than B6, but you can call it B6. So yeah, so I can use that. And what I can do, like while printing these inserts, I can print them in a way that they have a margin, like just for the ring holes, And similarly, when I'll be using the creative journaling notebook, I will draw a line and then use it. And once I'm done with the bound notebook, I will tear out the pages, punch in the holes, and archive them together with my ring inserts. So that way, it doesn't matter how I archive them. Like if I archive them in a ring planner or a bound notebook, what matters is the using experience, the experience I get when I'm using the notebook, because obviously I like the feels of a bound notebook more. So, but the only thing preventing me was the problem of archival. So I have decided, even if I want to use bound notebooks, I would just simply, after using them, I would tear them up and would hole punch them and archive them together with my ring insert. So no matter what type of bound notebook I use, I can easily do that. I'll just measure 0.5 and just use a thin ruler and draw lines so that I don't accidentally hole punch my writings and stuff that I have pasted. So yeah, that was my idea. That way now I am free to use whatever system I want to use or whatever size I want to use. If I want to use rings, if I want to use TNs, bound notebook, and in any freaking size, I can them archive them all together, because that was my biggest problem while planner hopping, because I was unable to archive them in a way that is easier to look back on, and it's also pleasing to the eye in a way, because it's hard to archive a bound notebook where I have used 5 pages in 2020 and then 6 pages in 2023, for instance, and then rest in some other year. It's hard to archive. How will I find stuff? But if I'm just tearing them up and archiving them together, once a notebook is finished, it's easier to look for those pages, actually go through them, because I love going back through the pages of my old journals. So yeah, that was another idea that just came into my mind, because I was like that way, because I was just thinking after making the video that yes, I can finally use any size rings, but then I was like, what about the TNs? I love the feels of a bound notebook. So it just clicked, and so just so that I don't forget it, I am gonna add this to the video and upload it. So yeah, thanks for watching.